Okay. First of all. Okay. Julio. Hello, everybody. How we doing? Cool. All right. So, we got some interesting stuff on the to-do list today. Obviously, Z Gundam came out. Z? G? Whatever. Um, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna look at alterations. We're gonna hit up the shop and check that out. And then we're gonna... Hopefully it's not a lot of alterations. Anyways, we'll do the normal path of stuff. Yeah. I found it weird that there was no pre-download. Typically there is. This time there isn't. So, whatever. Let me just grab my growth hanger stuff real quick before I forget. I actually forgot to do this one day. Felt like an idiot. Okay. That's all good. So, we'll do the cycle, welfare, shop, gacha, Twitter, and then alterations if there are any. We'll go one by one. So, pressure coin, the Montero. Yeah. Sorry about the delay on getting the stream started. Yeah, my software decided to just kind of stop detecting my phone, so I had to do a little jiggling to get the USB to actually read it. So if it randomly stops functioning, I apologize in advance. I need a new case. The USB ports on this one are getting kind of... I'm not surprised though, it's a relatively old case. Now, the Montero... Anyways, the Montero. Slim Nick variant. What are we looking at? Well, close combat, EX skill piercing boosted. So, EX skill pierce is effectively when you use an EX skill and allows you to stagger whatever you're hitting. It's a mileage may vary thing. Personally, I don't find a lot of use out of it, but if you do, hey, awesome. Stat-wise. So, it has a good amount of shot carryover, but even when you compare it to other welfare heads, it still doesn't really hit very hard. Kind of sits at a really weird point, actually, where it does have higher shot attack than most melee heads, significantly in the welfare pool, but it has significantly less than shot-based, so can't really decide on what it wants to do. Commander in close combat. So Commander is an amazing shot tag. Close combat is a tertiary melee build tag. You may want it, you may not, depends on what your triggers are, whatever, and so forth. Very interesting. On point lore-wise, but as a suit in the game, it's very confusing. Volume up? Now, do you mean my microphone volume, or are you talking background music volume? Because I can do either or here. Move my microphone closer. That might help a little bit. Let's do that. Let me know if that's better. Yeah, because my mic was sitting kind of beside over there. Okay, so it's really stupid. I do a lot of communication on Discord, right? And I put my microphone over there because otherwise I come across too loud for most people. On top of that, I have a mechanical keyboard. It's extremely clicky, so people don't like that very much. I had to use what's a Crisp or whatever is built into Discord these days to auto filter that out. But it's kind of like that sweet spot combo where people can hear me. I'm not too loud, and my keyboard's not good. So I gotta just remember to move my microphone closer to me when I do these. Normally I do it. If you go back and watch the previous streams, you can see me kind of shuffling in front. Just forgot. So, whoops. All right. With Twin Blade category equipped, oh, you get a Guts. So, to begin with, I don't think Guts is a very useful skill. Giving a percentage chance to revive on death, I can't really see that being useful unless you're fighting something that has some kind of stupid gimmick. But because it's further restricted by you requiring to have a Twin Blade equipped, Commander close combat again. It's nice seeing more welfares with the Commander tag. It gives us a lot of value for shot machines because we have more options now as to what we can use as like sub slot for tags and whatnot, which is really nice, honestly. Stat-wise, again, we're seeing a disproportionate amount of shot defense, but even when you carry it over, it's not terribly amazing for a welfare. It's like the machine wants to be a shot machine and a melee machine at the same time, and they really just couldn't make it work. So lore wise, it's on point, but game wise, it's just bleh. Arms. I don't use commander tag. Oh lord. With technique attribute, melee power boosted by 25%. So, the melee power boost is really nice. The fact that you only need technique to actually activate it, alright, you can play with that in a lot of builds. That'll work. We do have a lot of options now in terms of boosting your melee power. I will check the arm max stats and whatnot in a moment. Just relax, man. Relax. The fact that it's an integrated part kind of dampens the usefulness of this a little bit, because something to remember, when you have a dual part like arm and shield like this, if you put it in the front slot, you only get access to the one set of traits because you're not able to subslot the shield. Whereas if you use a normal set of arms and subslot this with the arm and shield and integrated, you get the bonus stats because, you know, it's an integrated part, so more will carry over if applicable. But you also still get the ability to use the shield trait or EX skill, you know, subslot into that too. So it's just kind of food for thought when you're looking at integrated parts. It does give you a very large stat boost for half the investment, but simultaneously you do lose access to a whole trait or EX skill slot. So yeah, chew on that how you will. Melee power boost is still solid though. Commander for base, it's nice seeing the commander tag again. I really don't think it works well with that melee power boost, but hey, you know what, I've been wrong before. Stat wise, yeah, so it's gonna have really high stats for a welfare, primarily just because of the fact that it's an integrated part. I've never talked about pros and cons for that. Yeah, you are right though, Alex, when you said, you know, look at the max stats. There is a stupid amount of carryover for this, but at the same time, you do sacrifice a good amount to actually have this in the front position. I will admit that the amount of shot attack that this gets at the end of the day dwarfs most everything else in the pool, because you have 8,000 shot defense at absolute max. When you carry over 30% of that, you're looking at what? That's like 2,600 or something like that, on top of the already 829 that's there. You're looking at a pair of arms that breaks 3k shot attack alone. That's crazy. Doubly so if you decide to backslot another level 10 part on top of this. You will lose access, like I said, to being able to use the shield trait or EX skill, but if you're looking for something that's raw stats, this is going to be your ticket. This is going to be the ticket. Yeah, although you are right, when you do a battle circuit that has switch, where it's switching your primary stat and your defensive stats, you literally just put this part on and you effectively hit that 10k. That's the sweet spot for being able to breeze through those typically. So I highly recommend getting this part and fully maxing it out, potentially 2 if you have the resources to do so. That's up to you. Okay. Legs. Oh, it's an EX. Are you a... No, you're not a magazine. Typically when you have, 3 missiles on each side of your waist, this is either going to be a dumb fire or a smart fire. With it having B power, if it's a dumb fire, I'm not really sure how to feel. If it's a smart fire where it homes in a little bit, that'll definitely increase the value of this. Typically when it comes to missile EX skills in this game, they're on the slow side and very easy to dodge even for AI, but if they're homing, you at least have that little bit of gimme. The B power is nice, low cooldown, so not too bad for a welfare. Stat wise, again, we're looking at a very high shot attack for this suit. Commander and for base, yeah, so as we got like past the torso, it seems to be much more shot oriented. Before that, it was little A, little B, you know? Yeah, so about 800, 900 shot attack, which, welfare pair of legs, that's damn good. Comes with commander out of the box. I don't really have a lot of complaints about this suit overall. Backpack. Numerically, it's pretty much the same as the legs. EX skill piercing boost, I've already talked about this. Commander for desert. It's nice seeing the commander tag. Very nice. Beam javelin. Ooh, okay, now we're getting into the weapons that have commander. These are much more rare, at least in the non-frame slots, so it may be good to definitely pick these up too, just so you have them in case you ever do need those extra little bits of commander in your builds. Twin whip slash B+. Yeah, okay, cool. Now something to remember. This is a melee non-cutscene EX. Chances are it's going to lock you into an animation, and to just point form it, when you're in an animation like that, there's a very high chance you're either going to get attacked while in it, interrupted, or just straight murdered. Not the best course of action. It really boils down to the actual animation itself. Some of them are super quick, some of them are very mobile, but more often than not, they're not that great. Commander close combat. So we're back to kind of the more melee comp. Now, it's interesting because, again, you got the commander tag on it and close combat. Like, it's nice having close combat options on more parts, but we really don't need more close combat options on parts. We have enough of that. I think, it's close combat. God, there's like 150 parts or something in the game now. Definitely more that have close combat on it, I think, now. Ridiculous. Yeah, way more than 150, because easily that's only like maybe a few months worth of parts at most, and we've had a lot of close combat stuff. Anyways, is too much. Stat wise, it's a welfare weapon. Beam javelin, dual blades, pretty much the same stats as the previous. Okay, 21% chance of attacks penetrating super armor. So to my understanding, this affects normal skills, EX, or like neutral attacks, and EX skills, not just EX skills, because you had EX skill pierce boosting. And super armor is just chance to stagger. So it's useful on the big enemies that, just stand there and take it. Commander for desert. Again, nice seeing the commander on melee weapons. Yeah. It's not really a great melee weapon, though. And the beam rifle. Okay. Beam range weapon reload speed boost. I don't like that trait very much. I don't see much use of it. Yeah, no. Because it only affects beam weapons. It doesn't affect physical weapons. It doesn't affect most EX skills. Like, it'll only affect your actual beam ranged weapon. So, unless your comp is around like special shot crit rate, or pretty much like crit rate on anything that's not EX, okay, yeah, maybe sure. Outside of that, no. Do it, don't do it. Yeah, stat wise, it's nothing to write home about at all. Okay, so the Montero is very interesting. Kind of has a balance of melee, a little bit of shot mixed in there, and a very interesting set of word tags. Commander is really nice to see. Beyond that, yeah, the arms are nice. Pick those up. Pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. What else do we got here? Oh, we got the treasure. Okay, cool. So what's in here? Gundam type, mobile fighter, heavy armor, long range, and 4 tundra. Okay. Interesting chips. All right. Well, that's very straightforward. Now then, let us bop on over to that gacha and weep. Okay. So this is one of those really interesting banners where the suit actually comes as a fresh old 6-star right out of the box. So you do get to save on a ton of awakening materials. I guess, depending on what boat you're in, that's a really good thing. Whatever. Okay, let's take a look at you, buddy. Middle shooter job, EX skill power boosted. All right, well, just making sure this is a limited suit, right? I'm going to assume it's limited. Is it limited though? I'm really confused. Give me a sec. I'm just going to pop in the notices real quick. Because typically the banner will have limited somewhere on it. But notices. Z Gundam capsules. Yeah, not be added to the standard parts after it ends. Cool. Okay. Hey, you know what, guys? I'm just making sure, okay? I don't want to sit here and blatantly lie to your faces. So anyways, as I was going to say, that trait is something that is very typically seen on Sokai suits, and is arguably bog standard at this point. You'll always find in a Sokai or limited suit that at least one part gives you a EX skill power boost. So, alright, it's solid. There's a lot of really good middle shooter options available, and obviously being able to boost your EX skill power is dope. Commander Gundam type. Ooh, Commander. Delicious. Numerically, it's got a good amount of shot attack on it too. Shot defense carryover as well. All right, so easily breaks 5k shot attack. That's nice, cool. No armor. Don't get hit. I got no complaints on this. Gundam type is a very workable tag. Commander, obviously best in class for shot. It's got good numbers behind it, and depending on your aesthetic sense, it looks pretty freaking sweet. I wish it was a mono eye, but I'll suffer. Alright, let's look at the torso. All commanders shooting power boosted. I don't really know how else to explain this. You know, you get what's on the tin. Good stuff. Commander Gundam type again, numerically. Ooh, alright, we're getting a lot of shot attack here, which is really nice to see. We're carrying over again about 7, so 2600 shot attack after a change gears applied. Pretty solid for a torso. And that's really solid for a torso. Yeah, I'm not really expecting much beyond this besides stupid stats. It's a Sokai suit. The drop rate, good. Oh, as far as I'm aware, it uses the same mods as a 5-star. So, yeah, it should be the same rates. I think it's like, what, 7% on Sokai? Alright. Wow, stop the presses. This is the first part we have had in this game that comes with an out-of-the-box S ability on it. Granted, it's S Pierce, but an S-rated ability out of the box. That's pretty friggin' sweet. Alright. So this is a cutscene EX skill. You get a heal and a shot attack boost. One thing to take note, this is pre-alter. So post-alter we may actually see S+. So, this may be a item to look for. We'll take a look after alterations though to really make final assessment on it. Because honestly, beyond that, it's great. Like, if you ignore the power of this, it's an amazing EX skill. You get your shot attack boost. Granted, not the best. It's only a 29% boost, meaning it'll probably be 39% post-mod, while the best that we have is 49 to 54%. But it's still a significant boost when you factor in the fact that you get a significant heal applied to it as well. On top of that, well, S Pierce. So pretty much any resistance or defenses your enemy has are point moot. Theoretically, anyways. I'm still not 100% sure exactly what these letters mean. They're very arbitrary. Anyways, to the actual part itself. Numerically, we're looking at about 2600 shot attack on the arms. Funny enough, the Montero's arms have higher numbers. At the same time, those are also integrated. Yeah. Anyways, moving on. Commander Ace exclusive. So those are the two best shooter tags in the game right now, as both of them increase your shot attack by 10%. It's pretty great. Yeah, I have no complaints on this part. Really nice looking EX skill, unique with an S-rated Pierce out of the box. Has two amazing word tags, and it has a really nice looking stat pool. Pretty nice. Moving along here. Let's check out them thick legs. With power attribute, EX skill power boosted. Very easy to activate power attribute. And well, I've already talked about how good EX skill power boost is. It's bog standard on Sokai parts, gives you the big ol' whop. Commander Ace exclusive again. That's a pretty amazing tag spread right there. Numerically, we're looking at about 2k shot attack. Now remember, this is a pair of legs. Typically, you don't see any higher than 14 to 1500 primary stat on these. So seeing something break 2k is very nice. I like it. I like those legs. Alright, backpack. Job gauge increased down 10%, shooting power boosted. As I've always said, I'm still not the biggest fan of the job gauge and the job breaks and all the stuff that it does. I understand that it's been rebalanced, but I still don't feel a lot of values come out of it. I know a lot of people think otherwise, and no, that's fine. Everyone has their own opinions. So to me, this is a perfectly valid trade-off. To some others, they would look at that and go, no, job gauge is pretty good, you don't want to give it up. To me, though, worth it. Every day of the week. Commander Gundam type. Well, Gundam type is very applicable to a variety of powerful traits, so that's good. Well, could be a lot worse, frankly. Could be amphibious. Numerically, we're looking at about 21, 22, 2300-ish shot attack. It's pretty good. Pretty solid for a backpack. Much like legs, backpacks typically have a much lower stat threshold, so this is nice to see. No real complaints. Nice trait. Good parameters. Good tags. Alright, what do we got for accessories? Aha, a beam rifle. Middle shooter job gauge increase boosted. I already talked about how I feel about the job gauge. Moving along. Numerically. Very interesting numbers. It gives you a token amount of armor. Not too surprising. You know, it's a beam rifle, not a shield. 0 in the melee department. No melee attack, no melee defense, and no physical resist. Actually, thinking about that, I find it kind of interesting that they have beam resist and then physical resist when the other stats have all been melee and then shot. Resistance is the only time when that switches. Oh, little tidbit you probably didn't care about. So the numbers on this aren't the highest we've ever seen. It does have a significant amount of defense applied to it, though. Not enough to really make a ground-shaking amount of difference, but enough that it will break 10k once modded out. Yeah, Commander Gundam type, workable tags for sure. Commander especially on shop builds, Gundam type on a lot of things. It's an okay beam rifle. Nothing I'm gonna, go chimp over, but it's pretty good. It's okay beam rifle. While Commander, shooting power boosted by 30%. That's a really nice shot shield. Now, to be fair, we do have some really good options down the line right now for, or I should say available, not down the line. We have some good options available for the shield slot for shooters. So this is kind of a, if you really need it, case, at least at first glance. Commander Ace exclusive. Top tier word tags for shot machines. The trait. Top tier thing for shot, because you're probably going to be running Commander on a shot build. Numerically, we got a good amount of shot defense on there. Unfortunately, I think Reborn Shield is still stronger numerically. However, I do like this one aesthetically. I find the look very nice. That's the best way to put it for them. It's very sleek. Beautiful shield. Alright. Anyways, the numbers are good. There is better in the limited pool, but this still definitely sits very high up. Very, very high up. It has amazing word tags, best you could ask for a shot machine, and the trait is solid as well. Nice. Well, it's a pretty good suit. Has there ever been a straight shooting boost on a shield before? Not in recent memory. I don't recall one. We've had lots of really interesting traits and some EX skills, but I don't think we've ever had a direct shooting power boost on it before. So, anyways, let's take a look at Mr. Oliver Inoue. Inoue? Ino? I don't know. Let's take a look at Oliver. With technique attribute, vernier recovery rate boosted. I've talked about vernier recovery rate before. I don't think it's really that useful. Each to their own. Really depends on your build and what you're doing. Yeah. Actually, can I put this to silent? Maybe that'll fix pop-ups. Numerically, what are we looking at here? Wow, this is worthless. Word tag, 4 desert, 4 tundra. Wow, it's really useless. Again, this really depends on your builds, what you do, how you play the game. But I find the 4 desert, 4 tundra, any of the 4 tags really aren't that great. After the rebalance, they are definitely better. I will give it that. Going from a 1% boost to a 3% boost while not, being active is pretty good. But overall, I still think there are better options available. Each to their own, build your build. Yeah, I don't know. And Catagina loose. Numerically, okay, you know what? You got some good shot attack. You got some good shot defense on there. It's pretty good numbers, pretty good showing, pretty strong. After 15 seconds, long shot attack raised. That only affects your neutrals. That's not going to affect your EX skills or otherwise, to my knowledge. So, yeah, limited use. High firepower for desert. And look, another 4 tag. High firepower is nice. It is applicable to both shot and melee builds, as it gives a little bit of boost to both. Yeah, just not really numerically, just like the shot pilot pool has, since Anaros came out, gotten kind of really, it's boiled down to, if you need someone that has a good amount of shot attack, you pick Anaros, because I think she still has the highest shot attack in the free pick pool for long shooters. When it comes to traits or word tags for pilots, you typically backslot them, because yeah, there's no long and short. This pilot has numbers. She's not the best in the pool. There's really good available, but she's still pretty good if you're looking for just numbers. If you're looking for word tags or part traits, you could look better for part traits. For word tags, high firepower is nice. It's flexible. Not the best, obviously. You'd want something like Commander, Ace exclusive, Federation maybe. But yeah, workable pilot, workable. We've seen much worse 4 stars. Yeah. Anyways, put that out of the way. Preventer wind is higher, I believe. Is he? I just remember Anaros being like the new ceiling for it, and nothing else really made it worth getting something other than Anaros. But oh, Sugi is here. I didn't even see him sneak in. Nice. This pilot beats her in shot attack, does it? Let's see here. I should still have Anaros laying around here. Pilot, long shooter. Yeah. Just do long shooter. Anaros. Level 91. What's your 99? 2-2. Yeah, you're right. Beats her out by about 60 points. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right, Alex. Good point. It's been so long since I looked at a lot of these older character numbers that they're all slowly slipping from me. That's what happens. Yeah. Okay. So she does have the highest base shot attack then of our long shooter pilots in the free tick pick. Well, she'll be in the free pick ticket pool come 4 weeks. Until then, you'll have to suffer with a different pilot. But yeah. Preventer wind. Beam all power boost. That sounds kind of familiar. It's exchange. No, what am I doing? I'm an idiot. It's permanent. AI. Parameters. Long shooter. Preventer. There you are. Come here, buddy. Yep, 2346. Yeah. No, you're right. Cool. So, yeah, Preventer Wind. Not Anaros. De facto here. He's got Ace exclusive. Amazing word tag, obviously. All power boosted by 30% when you're using Beam. Shooter has a ton of options with Beam. And he has the highest stat for shot. So, this one would be the second best. Yeah, numerically. Okay, so with that out of the way, we've looked at the Gundams, we looked at the pilots. Let's go look at the 1EX skill. Oh, excuse me. The 1EX skill on the Z Gundam. Let's see here. Is it up yet? Ah, so it is. Excellent. All right. Over to OBS we go. Change to the desktop view. All right, guys. Let us suffer. Let's see what we're working with here with the 1EX skill. Alright, I had 2. Okay. Now hold on just a cotton picking second here. So leg EX skill, fire out the bits real quick. Gacha. Just give me a second. I'm just double checking what the actual description on it was here. Arms. We've been bamboozled. Oh, it's the Penelope. Okay. Yeah, you're right. The front looks completely different on it. Okay. Don't mind me. I was very confused there. I was like, hold on a second. This doesn't look right. Even the attribute's wrong. Alright, the Army X skill. So, shortest cutscene, it is not. Yeah, it's a pretty bog standard cutscene EX. You just run at him, you do your slap, and I guess the heal comes after. Does it? Or is it before? It looks like it's somewhere in there. Not sure. Anyways, yeah, no. Pretty dope looking EX, but that's the way it goes, right? Okay. So. My favorite part. Time to go look at the Ultra. Oh no. What's in the blueprint? What just happened? I hit spacebar on my computer and decided to go back a screen. What can you do? Alright, what's under the gear table here? Or parts. Oh, hey! A Samu's come back. Neat. So we have the Ultra on the Moon and the Avalanche. That's pretty cool. I don't recall any parts of the Avalanche really sticking out to me. I know that there are quite a few fans of the Avalanche itself, so here's your chance to get it. Yeah. Same with Ultron. I know the Moon Gundam, though, the backpack was really cool on it, especially when it first came out, because it was the first physical funnel we had. And even now, I still do see it get used here and there, because it still does pack quite a wallop. It's a physical funnel. It slaps really hard. So, yeah, up to you. Up to you on that, but I recommend the Moon Gundam backpack just because it packs one hell of a punch. Okay. Alteration time. Alright, so we have the Penelope and the Z. Do we have anything in the permanent pool? No. So we'll look at the Penelope first. This suit came out quite a while back. And then we'll look at the new Z Gundam. So, as I normally do with the alterations, I'm not going to be looking at the numbers, as we all know the numbers on these are going to get boosted to stupidly high levels, and it's up to you to determine whether or not those new numbers are worth it for your build. I primarily look at EX skill modifications and trait additions, so just keep that in mind. It's going to be pretty quick. With rifle category equipped, enemy shooting power reduced. I don't really like that trait, I prefer more offensive-oriented ones or things that boost my own abilities, not ones that are a detriment to others. And as somebody pointed out in the last stream, these also only affect the suit that they're equipped to. They're not actually something that affect all the suits on the field. So, yeah. Drop gauge increased down 10%, EX skill power boosted. So at least the second trait does add something of real value to this. Yeah. It's nice. I don't like the first trait. Second trait's pretty good. Something to keep in mind when it comes to doing alterations. If you have an excess in the materials required, you do whatever the heck you want. But if you're someone that's very limited on it, I highly recommend making sure that both traits are good and the numbers are good before you invest in it, because it can be difficult to get the materials back depending on how often you play and what content you do. Well, Ace exclusive shooting power boosted. That's pretty good. Arm parts EX skill power boosted. That's also pretty good. I got no real complaints on that. There are a ton of really powerful arm EX skills in the game, so this is applicable to a lot of stuff. It's still a ridiculous looking torso though. Arms. Flight unit combo, DS. Yeah, so something that breaks S, that's not terribly new. Raise melee attack your squad by 39%. Not the highest mod we have in this game. Again, the highest is 54%. The next highest is 49%. So this sits very comfortably at the third highest mod we have available. And with S power, it is going to hit very hard. So, yeah. Nice, nice. Let's check out those legs. The funnel missiles, A plus B plus. Nice. It's going to hit hard. It's got a little bit of Pierce added on there. All right, that's a pretty solid boost if you have the legs. And the backpack. With speed attribute, EX skill piercing boosted. Like I said, that's effectively your chance to stagger when using EX skills. And with speed attribute, shooting power boosted. That's a very nice secondary attribute. Shooting power boost is always solid on a shot machine. And you know what, the EX skill piercing I guess can feed into this, as it is at maximum almost a 30% mod. So 1 out of 3 on average. Gonna stagger, which may be very useful again depending on how you fight. Alright, overall the Penelope alterations pretty solid. Get some nice additions, the EX skills get a healthy boost. No real complaints. Let's take a look at the new Golden Boy. Middle shooter job EX skill power boosted, which as I said is pretty dope. Arm parts EX skill power boosted. As I said, that's also pretty dope. Pretty dope. Alright, moving on. Let's look at the torso. Cooldown time up 10% EX. Okay, so this one's going to be a little different. So the cooldown time up 10% is a global effect on all your EX skills, magazine or otherwise. If you have cooldown reduction skills, effectively just add an extra 10% to what you have to reduce. So instead of you need to reduce 100% cooldown, you need to reduce 110% cooldown. At least that's my understanding of how this function works. So this overall is solid if you can compensate for the 10% cooldown time. Do note this this will also affect initial cooldowns, so I like it though. All right, the arms. What have you become? A power. I like it. I like the way it goes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's solid. Be damn solid. Like, did you guys really think that we're going to have an S Pierce S power skill this early in the game's life cycle? Come on guys, we're not even at our 2nd anniversary yet. Relax, dial it back a little. We got tons of time. Don't worry guys, it'll be in a build project. I guarantee it. A build project only available during the anniversary period. Ooh, can you imagine? And you know what? I wonder if it's going to be on a comedy suit as well, like a giant Haro or something. Not like the Haro bot we have, but like an actual just pilotable Haro. Just an S Pierce S power, some shenanigans thing. Something as ridiculous as like the SD tackle being S rank and or like S power, you know, just something that's stupid out of left field. Psycho Horror would be pretty cool actually. That'd be pretty nice. Anyways, with power attribute EX skill power boosted, and with power attribute EX skill CD reduced. That's really good. That is a very powerful combination of traits. That is great. Backpack. Shooting power boosted and enemy special shot power reduced. I don't really like that secondary trait at all. Reducing the enemy special shot power, like for one, they have to be a long shooter or a mid shooter for this to even be able to do anything, because you can only do a special shot if you're one of those job licenses. And typically it depends. I've seen some, like I know my Kshatriya used to do nothing but special shots outside of its EX skills. But I also know I've played in arena against long shooters that actually just don't use special shot at all. So it's a mileage may vary, but overall, I don't think it's really worth it because of its niche. All right, the beam rifle. Job increase, yep, okay. And there's another arm part EX skill power boost. Again, we have a lot of really good options for arm EX skill power, and that's a universal trait. So that'll work on melee or shot. The first trait will only work if you have a middle shooter job, but the second trait is still very powerful and it works on anything. So potential backslot on a melee gun that gives you damage or something. Or maybe front, who knows, whatever floats your boat. Wall commander shooting power boosted and middle shooter job shooting crit rate boosted. To my understanding, crit rate doesn't affect EX skills, just like normal shots. Maybe I'm wrong. I wouldn't be surprised, really. It's a very solid boost, but as I say, personally, there's enough RNG in this game. Don't leave your damage up to RNG as well. I prefer a more consistent boost, like a shooting power boost by 1%, or maybe something like EX skill cooldown, or something that's guaranteed, not a crit rate chance boost. All right. So overall, again, the Z Gundam, very powerful upgrades. Yeah, no, I got no real complaints. Very solid suit, good addition. It's got some very nice traits. Those arms are those are really cool with that pierce on it and everything. So, yeah, it's pretty great. So, the Penelope Alter has higher shot attack and shot defense in the Strike Freedom. The Strike Freedom was more of like, it was definitely shot oriented, but it's got a little mix of melee in there as well. Whereas the Penelope is purely shot. So, anyways, with that, guys, we're all done here. Gone over the new suits, the welfare content. Yeah, there's really nothing left. I'll wrap up for this week. Penelope arm or Z arm, which you like better? I'm gonna say the Z arm. Frankly, just because of the fact it has S Pierce out of the box. That is so cool. That is so unique. I love it. Still a powerful EX skill in its own right. It gives you a little bit of heal, gives you a little bit of the damage boost. Once you alter it, it hits hard with A power. Honestly, I don't really see much of a complaint with it. Anyways, peace out, guys. I'll see you all next week, probably around the same time for the next content drop. Thanks for tuning in.